this out of this list was I always wanted to know how people can get a relationship with a vendor, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. So I see you a frequent visitor at Gordon's. I think when I think about meats, just in general, I think about the House of Meats. It's one of the places I always go to millions of times just for my family and eating habits, I guess you can say. What are some relationships, or how important are relationships when you're running a business like yours with those types of vendors, even if you do have them?
It's very important.
Yeah.
That's the difference between this percentage of a profit margin and that percentage of a profit margin. Now I'm starting to have what they call skin in the game.
Okay.
Where I can show my
Getting
invoices
your feet wet.
And people know they know what I can produce.
Right.
Before, man, it used to be so hard to get chicken. Especially like when Corona first hit. You had a bunch of these. Well, when it first hit, a lot of companies closed. Your BW3s, your Jez, Frickers, they was closed because they was like dying in.
Right.
They deemed my style essential. So a lot of people was like, well, where can I get this? People tagging me. A lot of people start coming. When everything start opening up, you got these companies where BW3s open back up and they like, well, it's hard. It's a shortage of chicken. So here goes 50,000. Just keep ours coming. So if a company like Gordon's, Gordon's may get 100 cases in, and BW3s want 50. Jez want 45.
Right.
That leaves for 5, and that leaves for people like me. Toledo Wings. Was that LeBaron's on the move? We trying to get what we can get.
Welcome to another episode of Talk That Talk podcast. I am Gaylon Hughes Jr., better known as your credit expert, also known as the president of 3E Management Solutions. And today we in a brand new studio. I know the audience is probably looking at the whole new entire scenery. But today we got a special guest, man. Childhood, I guess you call uncle, big brother, teacher.
Love it.
If you can talk about entrepreneurship, practicing group economics with his family. He's doing a lot with his business, Duwey Wings. And I can't say he's probably, I want to say the top wing. I don't even want to call it a wing chicken spot. I want to call it the top chicken catered restaurant in the city of Toledo from my standpoint.
Said it.
I want to say it no further ado, my guy, Michael Duhart.
What's up, my guy?
You know how it goes, man. First topic I want to talk about is your support of other businesses. I feel like a lot of people don't look at collaboration in the way that you do. I feel as a lot of people, ego get involved. With you, it's always a way of they came to support me, I can support them, and vice versa.
Definitely.
Now this is gonna sound a little calculated, but I'm one of them people. So with me, if I support a business, I'm showing love, but at the same time, I'm always thinking about cross collaboration. So bringing my market to your market and vice versa.
Definitely.
Versus genuine love. Now for you, is it both of those, or is it more of like I just support who I support?
To begin with, it's like you really support who you support, I guess. As you really hear people's stories, you fall in love with what they got going on.
Right.
Man, me myself, if you supporting or just putting out the right thing, not supporting gun violence or drugs or just anything positive, I can get behind it.
Right.
As far as just the love, most of the guys that's doing stuff now, we all around the same age. These are guys that I know, I've been seeing. Not only do I love and support what they got going on, man, I'm a customer.
Right.
Like,
at the end of the day,
it's not just support. Like, I'm a real customer. Like, we don't support Gucci.
Right.
We buy Gucci.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We customers of all these different brands. So, like, when I go buy their stuff, it's really just like, I like what y'all got going on. I can get behind it. Like, so it makes it really just easy.
Right.
You know, and if I can run my brand, they can run their brand. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's bring the city where we got to be.
Right. And I just thought about something while you was talking. The stigma around black businesses, where if you support some, it's more of like it's a, I'm doing you a favor versus what you just said was it's a consumer thing where if I like it, I'm gonna buy it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
You know?
And a lot of people don't have that mindset. So I'm glad you said that. And some of the brands that you supported from owner of Donnie, shouts out to Jason Young, shouts out to Rocky Dub with and this whole team with Start Broke, Finish Rich, Gifted, Chicken
40 over there
Chasing,
with
yep, 40 with them. So many brands that you supported. What are some of the things that you've seen from them that you may have wanted to implement in your business, or even into the mindset that you have as a business owner?
Seeing from them, we in two different spectrums of business.
Right.
I do food.
Yeah.
Most of them are doing clothes.
Right.
Some of the guys I did get stuff from was the guy from JoJo's. My boy Christian, man, Toledo Wings. Like, these is guys I talked to that put me on the map. When I first got started, following behind Toledo Wings, the whole wing concept. Nobody else is really doing whole wings with a sauce.
Yeah.
As I move forward and start doing my due diligence on stuff and doing my calculations on numbers, that's why I started doing the wing dings. Start selling more than just wings.
Right.
Still doing the chicken.
Right.
But yeah, from them guys, it really wasn't so much what I got from it. It was just really their consistency.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to say that. My guy
Gerald.
That's what I was gonna
consistency.
say.
Everywhere you go is there.
Yep.
Rocky and 40 started broke, finish rich. Everywhere you go is there. And again, these is guys I've been knowing since we was in junior high, elementary, high school. So it's like just seeing them making their moves, like, and just seeing it, keeping everything relevant. It's like, all right, I see what we got to do, because you know me, man. I was never really the guy that was out there in the media.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Not even just media, just in the
out
front
in the mix
of what we had going on. Everybody knew what I had going on because of when I did something, it stood out. But I was never
the flashy,
you know what I'm
out
saying?
there type guy.
Want to be up there. So, but like I said, just seeing them and how they move forward and putting stuff out, it's like, okay, consistency, always putting out content
and good products.
Exactly.
Yeah, good
and
products.
Hey man, this is a nice sweatshirt.
Hey, listen, the quality don't look too bad,
like,
man.
Hey, y'all see the pen? Hey, these is dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's like you say, quality, man.
Yep.
Quality and just standing on your product.
Yep,
like,
for sure.
For real.
And having that confidence in it. One thing we was talking about off air that I think you do a good job of, and you the living testimony for it, is practicing group economics. I think with you opening up a business in a predominantly black neighborhood, then to go hire your brothers, and I don't even know if you started hiring your brothers, but I did see, obviously I know your brothers and whatnot, just that whole concept, and then producing at such a high value, that's group economics. So I wanted to ask, has that always been a mission of yours, or was it more of just it happened by nature?
Man, I walk by faith, not by sight.
Hello.
God speaks to me in a lot of different ways, and like when he talk, you gotta listen.
Right.
When I started doing Duwey Wings, man, I've been making this sauce with just the Duwey sauce for like 7-8 years.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, the first picture I saw on your social media, you was an easy 90 to at least. Like you damn near was not my brother's side, but you was a little scrawny dude, man. You weren't too big,
dude. Like
you weren't too big,
man. Listen,
yeah,
but
and like a whole different person in the picture, I swear. Yeah. So I like with the pot in your hand and all that. I was like,
that was 13, 14, I think it was 13, because I was at Scott coaching.
Yeah, and
we had all the boys over, and I was just, you know what I'm saying, just cooking up. But I've been making this sauce forever. So had a couple of my guys, Jordan Strong, Tease. My boy Little, we all by my house one day. It's the Friday before Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo was that Sunday. And Jordan like, man, make some Duwey Wings. I whip up the sauce and make it, and everybody's around like it's just eating it.
Right.
So, and how they eat it, I'm like, man, they really smashing it. It's like my son Zayden, his mom, she really don't eat chicken like that. But she eating a gristle. So
and
I'm
if
like,
you know what the gristle is, you know the chicken is.
You know, I'm like, okay, I'm like, all right, we might have something here. But Jordan said, he like, hey man, you might as well sell this on Cinco de Mayo. Like, forget it, man. We gonna sell wings on Cinco de Mayo. So I get up.
And the thing about it, from behind the scenes, you would think like Cinco de Mayo, everybody looking for Mexican food, but you got that other crowd like, man, everybody gonna be packed in there. Let me just see what it's gonna do by selling on a Mexican, or I should say Hispanic.
And we didn't even do it Like we did it. I ended up doing it that Sunday, which was Cinco de Mayo. But I think I made a post that Friday night while we sitting there eating. Duwey Wings coming soon, but it went for like 300-400 likes in like 2 hours on a Friday night. So I'm like, all right, I guess I got to do something now. We do it that Saturday. I think we sold 64, 65 $10 meals out my front door.
Jeez.
So I'm like, okay. Sunday we wasn't gonna do it, nothing else. And again, like going back to my brothers, like, hey, what's up, y'all trying to make a couple dollars? They come on in. Right. We do what we do. It's me, Jamario, and Bullet. Yep. So from there, that Sunday I get up. My son's mom telling me she got people that want to order food. They've been hitting me all last night. I wouldn't answer. I'm like, I don't have no messages. So I get into my archives on Facebook. Again, I'm not really internet savvy, social media savvy at the time. Like I messed around with it, but I really wasn't too in depth. So I'm looking in the archives, people that my friend, a message request. I got 25 that's like not my friends, you know what I'm saying, people that want to get stuff.
Like the people that want to send it to you.
One was what's his name? Andrew Kinsey from WTO 11 News. He wanted 40 wings extra wet.
Wow.
Man, we make that. We take pictures. I think on his page it went for like 2,000-3,000. Mine went for like 1,500. We got over 5,000 likes in just this one time. We sold 112 meals, $10 meals on my front door that day.
That's crazy.
And from there it was like, all right, bros, we can do something. Let's do this. Yeah. We did it for a few weeks. From my cooking background, Jay Alexander's, Cafe Marie's, Hooters, Hyde Park out in Columbus. I start putting that into them, just showing them different stuff to do, and they took heed to it. We took that on the road, went to the Wally Rocket, did our thing up there throughout the summer. Then went to Ken's, and honestly, when we went to Ken's, my older little brother Antonio, it was really me and him more or less, and I start seeing something in him like, dog, we can really do something with this. So at that point at Ken's, it was like, let's just go ahead and just stack this money up, find us a place, find us a home where it's ours, we can do ours, and we can really make it happen. So it really was another thing where it was just God's way.
Organic.
You know, it just rolled how it's supposed to roll. It's me and my bros, and every day it's like, we good. Yeah. You know, I know now they don't have to go through the stuff I went through from this job to this job, trying to find this. Don't nobody had to tell us when to get there, when not to get there, how to do this, how to do that. We want to take a vacation. We can't take a vacation because they got to make sure somebody else got to prove.
Cover their schedule.
We can really just work together. Like, all right, you going here now? Yeah. All right, cool. Let's do it. Yeah. And that's another situation. You know, we still learning, but the fact that we are brothers and we got each other back, even the mistakes we do make, we on top of it, we work together to clear it up. So really, like I said, it's God. Yeah. Like, I can't explain it in no other way. Yeah. Like you said, it's the group economics. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Man.
But I guess it falls right into it. Right. So, like I said, it's really just God himself.
God working his magic, man. One of the things was that you said that I thought it was interesting was you basically said that, or let's go back, the chemistry between you and your brothers. I tell him all the time with him running all of our content and whatnot. I could look at him, I know exactly what he want to do, what I want to do, and then we go our ways, which I'm sure you and your brothers can do. Talk about how important that is to where you don't gotta hire outside people, to where you can rely on your brothers and know that they're gonna be able to take care of the fort when you're not even there.
Well, I still gotta hire other people.
And I'm sorry if I came off that way. I was meaning of how y'all chemistry has proven y'all success of knowing that my big brother, I know his standards, I know what he gonna want, and pushing the brand forward and knowing that you ain't gotta rely on other people. I guess you could say
I can dig it.
Yep.
You know, the proof is in the pudding.
Hello.
People say all the time, like, man, how do you have time to do this? And you don't ever do nothing. I don't never see it. I'm like, I'm always gone. Yeah. Like, you would never know if I'm in there or not. Like, because they going to still keep the whole standard of what's going on. Like, when I say we've trained and worked, and don't get me wrong, I done cussed at them. They done cussed at me. Yeah. They feel certain type of ways. I feel certain type of ways. But, like I said, we brothers, man. We just keep it pushing, man. Yeah. Like, and we don't air out our dirty laundry. Like, we can argue. We gonna open up at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
We gonna argue to 2:59.
Yeah, but when them doors,
when them doors open, it's time to go. You know.
Yeah.
So and like I said, that's just brotherly love, man, and just hey, we don't let nothing come between the money.
Yeah,
we make sure the customers is
taken care of.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I've coached both of them football, so they know the standard of what I'm gonna bring to it. Like one thing I had to tell them when I was coaching them was when we on this football field, I'm not y'all brother
at all.
So even when we at the restaurant, like we not really brothers, man. We all partners
for sure.
So
that's important.
Although my name is on it, that's theirs.
Yeah.
Eventually we gonna grow as 3 of them. Each one of them I have one, and then I can step away and do other stuff, but it'll be 3 different Duwey Wings stores. It's 4 brothers.
Talk to them.
Each one of us takes 75%.
Hello.
So that's the goal, and that's what we building towards. So right now we just building it up. We all make our certain amount of money. Hey, I don't get all the money.
Hey, we ain't gonna disclose.
I don't get all the money. No, man. Like I say, man, we all are very strict on how we paying ourselves, and that's the way the business is gonna grow.
Right.
The business is its own entity. We are all employees of Duwey Wings.
Right. That's a great way to look at it. Yep. One of the quotes that I read a book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter by 50 Cent last week. Just finished it on Sunday. Yeah, he's a GOAT.
I got it playing on my audio book right now.
Yeah, man, he's articulate, man. Yes, all them shenanigans on social media, man. Don't let that fool you. But one of the quotes I thought about with you and your business is, when you force yourself to articulate your vision into words, you set a powerful energy in motion. What you just said, the closing statement of you want to have 4 Duwey Wings. You got your brothers running them. It seemed like manifestation is one of them things where it's natural to you. It's more of like, I don't have to force it. It's like I do it every day. Like with God, speaking to God and those types of things.
That's it.
Talk about how it's played a role into not only in your business life, but in your personal life too.
Man. A few years ago, man, my brother, man, name of Rob Pasker. If y'all looking for a house, Rob P. That's my brother on my dad's side. Told me, man, start writing stuff down. So I'm always having ideas, writing stuff down, jotting stuff down in my phone, writing it down. And I might not come back and visit it until later. It's like,
do you understand? Like, forget the cameras, but like, I tell him this all the time. I'm like, man, that one idea, he will literally, like, me and him will be talking, and we'll be producing content. He'd be like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Man, write that down.
Right.
Because when you come back to it in a week, you're gonna have a whole different vision on it. Like,
what's the movie?
Yeah.
What's the movie? 5 Heartbeats?
Oh yeah. Oh, he definitely ain't seen it.
Oh man.
He's 17. But he ain't seen that.
When ducking his sister.
Yeah.
And he was going in the drawer, grabbing this and grabbing this, putting this together. Like, man, you gotta write stuff down, man, because they're like, it might not fit what you're trying to do right now, but it'll fit like a perfect puzzle piece later, man.
Yep.
So a lot of like stuff that like we are doing and how it flows, other than it just being God, because work without faith, an idea without work is just it's dead. Like you gotta put in the work, but like I said, just writing it down, moving forward to help with the transition of it, to help for it not to be so rocky sheets, and it really stalls out a lot of the problems that you will have.
For sure.
You know?
And the clarity that you're trying to gain in the first place. For sure.
Because you might have an idea now, but you don't even know the workings of how to make that actually work.
Right.
You know, and that's where a lot of people mess up. Some of their ideas be before their time. And then they start doing it and they get away from it because they didn't do the due diligence on what can stop them.
Right.
Like I said, you gotta think of all that. Like a lot of people think, how can I make this money? How can I make this money? What can stop you from making this money?
Yep.
Like that's the real question we gotta ask. What can stop us from making this money?
Right.
So, just like I said, the whole manifestation and moving stuff along is just you gotta love what you're doing and really care about it. Like you say, write it down, do your education on it. Don't just go out here just doing it just for. I guess now with social media, the likes,
the clout.
You know,
I talk to him about that every day. I'm sure you do with your little brothers too.
And if you love what you're doing, you would never feel like you worked a day in your life.
That's a fact.
You know, and if
That's
you can
a
make
fact.
money off of doing it, hey, it's gonna push you even harder. I'm telling you.
You can creative ways gonna start coming in your head. Oh, I
Man.
can get money off this end, that end, or whatever. So, yep. I think you already told me a little bit how it came about, but was it ever talk about how the name is self-explanatory, but the branding behind it? Did you do any like typical planning, or is it just hit the door running?
Man, for real. And it was the people.
That's crazy.
I had I made Duwey Wings, which was the sauce.
Right.
You see now we got 21 flavors. It will be 24 soon.
Shouts
I got
out to the
3
Parmesan garlic. Undefeated.
But
Undefeated. He ain't talking about this Duwey sauce. Man, that Parmesan garlic crazy.
Well, we got all the different sauces. I wanted to call it Flavors Chicken.
Like the name of the restaurant?
Yeah, was gonna be Flavors
Chicken. That'd have been dope.
That's why we got so many different flavors. Well, the people they just kept going with the Duwey Wings, the Duwey Wings, the Duwey. I'm talking about that Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
remember everybody drinking.
Yeah,
so they coming to get this food, coming to get chicken. Man, I got people talking about they got to pull over to eat. I had a girl. I had a girl post a picture. She got pulled over. The police thought she was drunk because she was swerving.
Man,
when she's trying to eat the chicken. I got girls in the bed with their food making stick emojis with the Duwey Wings as their face. Man, I'm talking, but it just stuck and it was catchy. Duwey Wings.
Yeah,
and Duwey just came from Mike Duhart.
Right, of course.
Playing football. Everybody called me Duhart growing up.
Right.
If you was really close to me, Duwey, Duhart.
Yeah.
Duhart. I had a couple other names I ain't really like, but it just Coach Robert called me Dukakis. Man, it was all type of stuff, man. But like I said, the people, and that's when I start really seeing how the people was taking to it and giving it that name and keeping the name going. That's why I post a lot. I interact with a lot, do a lot of different collabs because it's the people. The people is who gonna keep you moving, who gonna keep you relevant, who gonna keep you going. So that's why I put my face in so much stuff. I post so much stuff, and like I said, do a lot of different stuff with different people because I do have that platform because the people gave it to me. So therefore, I feel like I gotta give it back to the people.
You got an obligation.
You know what I'm saying? Not even just an obligation. It's just because it comes natural. It's just, man, let's have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Show some love with it. It makes the day go by.
Right.
I post a picture. I just posted a picture with Jay. Chicken Chasing. I think that went for 100 likes or whatever. But the people, you know what I'm saying, how they comment and coming back with it, man, it make your day go by fast. And you know what I'm saying? It keeps that positive energy going.
For sure.
And if you keep that energy going, and putting it back out, better stuff start coming to you.
Yep.
More opportunities start coming to you instead of more problems coming to you. Yep. So I just try to stay positive on an everyday basis, man. And if it ain't positive,
keep it pushing.
I go ahead and get myself away from it, man.
For sure. But
the name Duwey Wings, man, the people, the people did it. That's what they wanted.
That's what's up. Of course, you're in the restaurant business, so I know it ain't not one perfect day while you in there. Tell me about some troubling experiences or encounters that you done had with your success of your business. Or something that the audience can learn from as a business owner.
What works for me is not gonna work for nobody else.
For sure.
And what works for somebody else not gonna work for me.
For sure.
One thing that I have had a problem with, and I got a whole lot better with it now, is balancing personal life and business life. You see me post so much of my son with him, and I make sure I make that time. And that's where me and my brothers come in together. Hey, I need y'all here. Normally it's 3 of us in there. If I can't be there, I'll bring another one on so that way I can spend that time with my kid. Try to spend the time with my mom, with my homeboys, and not even just talk about work. So that way I can just try to keep sane.
Mental health.
So if you are looking to get in the business, man, you gotta learn that balance because you're gonna lose fans, you're gonna lose family. You gotta stay focused, but that was one of the my biggest things was just trying to learn the balance. So but other than that, everything else is just it's trial on error. I tried, and I'm 32 this year, so I've tried and done so much stuff and failed. I'm not scared to fail. So when problems do come about, it was really like nothing too crazy. Again, because we do pay ourselves an hourly wage or a salary at this point now, it's always money in the bank that when you do, most of the time you have problems, it's going to be a financial problem.
Emergency fund.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's that is already put aside. So I just had a fire burnout. I had to shut down that day, but 7 o'clock that morning, I was on the road going to get another one. I wasn't worried about it. Had some light problems. Wasn't worried about that. That was pretty much like my biggest issues. Everything else just flow like it was supposed to flow.
I keep getting from this, dude. You got a system. You got a system put in place to where, and I'm to touch on it. Y'all paying yourself. Y'all got a system in place so you know if anybody leave that restaurant, if somebody come right behind, I'm gonna give it to them. They're gonna know how to do it in a certain time frame. And then the other thing that I think is like keep throwing it out there because it's so natural to you. That paying yourself and then put the rest of the business. I think what happened is people can make certain amount of money as a business owner and go, God damn, it's a lot of money.
It's time to go
party. I can blow it. Yeah, I know I'm gonna make it back tomorrow. All of that. Tell me why. But I guess you already answered. You putting your money to the side because you're trying to expand out. You're trying to make sure that the Duwey Wings franchise go longer than expected. Yep.
And not everything is just longer than expected, I guess.
And when I said longer than expected, this is my thought behind it. I'll be moving too fast. My thought behind that was longer than expected because I know it's people counting you out right now.
Definitely. I was about to say that.
You on Facebook, he was just making sauce somewhere. That was my intention of me saying that longer than expected.
And it's crazy because we talk about a lot of stuff, man, and everything just keeps going back.
Yeah.
The city of Toledo has this crab in a bucket mentality.
Yes, sir.
This is the reason why I do so many collaborations with people. Because it's like my brother, my sister. It's so many ways we can get money if we just support each other and get behind each other. Everybody talking this Black Lives Matters moves and I'm really trying to put my money where my mouth is. Like everybody talking, and then this is where support comes in. That people supporting each other, but support only goes so long.
Right.
Like after I support you this time, it's gone. No, I'm a customer. I'm gonna keep coming to shopping with you. We gonna make this happen. We gonna build each other up. And like until people really start working with that concept, stuff gonna rise for a minute and it's gonna go back to normal. So I just, like I said, I just try to keep consistent. So what was the question? Now we going back?
No, you already touched on it. I was just basically me saying that you doing your paying yourself and how important that was, and I think you already answered the question of you just trying to keep expanding and take Duwey Wings further than your name.
And it's because the money gonna come. Like the money gonna come. Like if you just, I don't plan on going nowhere. People, oh, you should sell this because it'll do that and do that. It's like, no, I'm gonna keep selling this. The money gonna come.
My brand speaks to this, so that's what I'm gonna keep doing.
It's like regular just hustling. You buy this and it goes to this, and you buy this and it goes to that, and before you know what you got, you keep spending the money and keep spending the money. You look up one day and it's like, dang, I really got all that. Okay, it's the same thing with business, man. Keep buying. In my QuickBooks, everything is inventory, gas, inventory, gas. Like I'm forever buying inventory. And like I said, I pay myself a little bit on the day. When I first started it, when I quit my job, I didn't quit my job until I built up to what I was making weekly at my job that I was making working here. Because therefore, me, my kids, we don't have to take a dip on what we not used to. So I'm still paying myself what I was used to or getting paid. I'm still living with inside my means. So that's another way how you got this, how I work to keep everything going. Like I said, I can't speak for what everybody else got going on or how they want to do it, because right now my stuff is just a hypothesis, and I'm just
testing it out.
Eventually, if I ever become a mogul or a millionaire, you know, then we can start looking like, dang, his method works. But right now, I'm just going through the transition, man, keeping my faith where it needs to be,
and keeping your feet in the trenches for sure. Next topic I want to talk about is operating a restaurant. One of the funny things I seen on there, and I think because I've been in the kitchen before. Them pack of gloves, man. You talk about how them pack of gloves can go for $45 a pop.
Corona.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the answer to it.
Corona.
But not only that, what I think about is too, where I think about when you eating, man, you just don't understand how many things go into a 6-piece to 10-piece combo. And it's 50 things going into that styrofoam box. But when you get home, you complaining about the chicken might not be as cooked as long or something along those lines. What's some expenses that the consumer what are some expenses that the consumer may not think about that's like going into a dish that you'll create with Duwey Wings?
Oh man,
that's vitally important.
One of the biggest things is I'm in a commercial spot, so I got commercial bills. So
yeah,
my light and my gas bill is about
ugly.
10 times more than what your regular household bill is.
That's a fact.
On top of why that's running, we gotta pay who's working.
Yep.
On top of that, I had to pay for the oil.
Yeah.
For me to cook it, that is $26 a big 3-gallon bucket.
Yeah.
And I need 3 of those to fill up my 2 fryers. Napkins.
Yep.
Forks. This is stuff that I don't see money back off of that goes into play. But with the whole glove situation, like Corona just made gloves go up almost 50%. $45 for a pack of gloves. I go through about 13 packs in a week.
That's crazy.
So that's $500 a week that I'm spending on just
gloves.
gloves, just to make sure y'all safe.
Right.
You know,
so you don't catch this virus.
Not even just catch the virus,
just,
because before the virus, but that's
intentions.
just stuff that I have to do through the health department.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's another one too that people don't look at.
You know, my prices have to be where it have to be. You know, I gotta have cleaner crews come in here and clean my floors. I do general mopping, but they come in here. Insurance.
Yep.
Man, there's so much stuff that go to it, man, and it's like people are like, oh well, this is high, and it's like it's not.
Yeah.
And especially, I get it amongst our people sometimes, or a lot of the times, but it's like, you go to BW3s and Jets.
That's why I was just about to cut you off and say I don't,
like,
for that reason.
But
for that
when
for
you
that
do
reason.
go to BW3s and Jets,
yeah,
you don't hear them saying nothing. You just go in there, you have your good time, you eat your food, and go on about your business.
Yep.
Like, I've done my due diligence. My wing dings, my 20-piece, is about $3 less than what another chain would be.
Yeah.
I don't want to put their name in there, but I done did it, and it's like, and my stuff is still too much.
Right.
When I know I'm putting love into this food,
right, for
like,
sure. Instead of getting that dry ass 10-piece from B-Dubs, yeah.
You know, something that they just
sorry,
really, they
flavor.
flavor.
Damn.
You know,
but
flavor.
It is what it is.
They flavor comes from their sauce. It's flavor in my chicken.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But it's real love inside my food.
Oh, exactly.
It's real love.
And you can taste the difference if you ain't been at Duwey's Wings. For
4224 Airport.
Hello. That's my dad. Oh. So I think that what was the next question? Where were we at? I just lost it. Okay, there we go. You can cut that out, right? I wasn't even paying attention to him. I was going back and forth. He know. One of the questions that I did was one of my favorites out of this list was I always wanted to know how people can get a relationship with a vendor, I guess you could say. So I see you a frequent visitor at Gordon's. I think when I think about meats, just in general, I think about the House of Meats. It's one of the places I always go to millions of times just for my family and eating habits, I guess you can say. What are some relationships, or how important are relationships when you're running a business like yours with those types of vendors, even if you do have them?
It's very important.
Yeah.
That's the difference between this percentage of a profit margin and that percentage of a profit margin. Now I'm starting to have what they call skin in the game. Okay. Where I can show my
Getting
invoices,
your feet wet.
and people know. They know what I can produce.
Right.
Before, man, it used to be so hard to get chicken. Especially like when Corona first hit. You had a bunch of these. But when it first hit, a lot of like companies closed. Your BW3s, your Jizz, Frickers, they was closed because they was like dying in.
Right.
They deemed my style essential. So a lot of people was like, well, where can I get this? People tagging me. A lot of people start coming. When everything start opening up, you got these companies where BW3's open back up, and they like, well, it's hard. It's a shortage of chicken. So, here go 50,000. And just keep ours coming. So if a company like Gordon's, if a company like Gordon's may get 100 cases in, and BW3's 150, Jets want 45. Right. That leaves for 5, and that leaves for people like me. Toledo Wings, was that LeBaron's on the move? We trying to get what we can get. So a lot of time when you seen where I would be open and I was closing early, that's what that was. Right. WTO 11 News came and did a story on me. And the heading was something like, in a city where people love their wings, Duwey Wings dominates. And all those vendors saw it. So I started,
so that ain't nothing but public publicity.
They like, hey, we
good
want
publicity.
We want, hey, they want my business. They want my account. Right. So now, like I said, like it's not only are they giving me the chicken that I need when I need it, but they're giving it to me at a crazy price. So my profit margin done widened up. But if you don't have those, it's like any other thing, man. If you don't have those relationships, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Right. You're not gonna be able to survive.
That's a fact.
You know, is and at this point now, I got a couple companies that's willing to try to give me the chicken, and it's like, I've been shying away from that because it's always something when somebody want to give.
It's always
something,
a catch,
you know. So
nothing is free.
I just right. It's like, what are you giving me? Right. You know. So, like I say, that's big, man, creating them. But places like Gordon's and House of Meat, anybody can go in there. My price is a lot cheaper than what the normal person is because I do buy through and go through so much chicken. Bulk. So it's like anything, man. You always want to have relationships with people, man, and you always want to keep it good because you never know.
You gotta cross that bridge.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep. Facebook post, dude. You said it's the music, y'all. It's the music, and I swear I could spend 3 hours on this topic, but I ain't about to keep you in here that long. I think about the number one thing with me and you that we probably got in common is being a father. And how important it is feeding the mind of children, and even when the children around, how you feeding your mind around them too. How cautious are you when you listening to any form of audio, whether it's music or audio podcast or whatever the case may be, around your kids?
I wasn't so much cautious before. The guy I am now was not the guy I was 5 years ago. My oldest is 6. Now I'm very cautious on it because I'm conscious of just myself and how I'm moving, right? How I'm perceived. Rasan Wilson, a good friend of mine, said,
shouts out to him,
if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So in my head, I always thought, man, I want to be the change that I want to see. Yep. So once you get that in your head, you start living a certain type of way. Where my kids do hear some of this music and that music, or see this and see that.
And let's not act like we the goody two shoes and we don't listen to it. Right. Yeah,
but sure. it's you can't exile your kids from everything because they gonna see it. It's life.
Eventually,
they have to see it, so then that way you can react and show them and explain to them what it is without them finding out in the real world what it is.
Correct.
You know, so many people, they grow up, they say what they call it, a silver spoon in their mouth. They get out into the real world and they can't adapt because they was never exposed to what was really going on. Right. You know, we all been in school with people that had the freshest and flies and everything, but as soon as they got out the nest, they couldn't fly. So I don't take everything away from my kids. A lot of the messed up demonic type stuff, I don't let them see none of that. Right. But they gonna see it, they gonna hear it
for sure.
You know, the way of the world is the internet. So you can't keep it away.
Yeah.
You know, and if you gonna think you're that naive and you that tough where you can keep it, you can't. You just gotta love on them and just be present, you know, and show them the right way, show them what's right from wrong, wrong from right, and give it a good balance.
Yep, I agree. Yep, I agree. And one of the things I thought about that quote too is how good or how great the black marketing is, like in music industries. Outside of the restaurant talk, the podcast talk, one of the big things I'm into right now is Joe Budden podcast, one of my favorite podcasts.
Okay.
He talk about how important black marketing is from how predominantly white companies, music companies, media companies put every music or song album into the right consumer's hands, because it's basically a domino effect. You put this into Michael Duhart's head, he loved this song, even though it's talking about shooting and killing black people. I know the son gonna end up liking it too. Now that the son hear it, the son gonna go, man, I heard Young Thug got that gun, he about to shoot it. I go get that gun. Now Duhart run a business, but at the same time the son got a gun. Now y'all two in a fight through each other. Now he don't care about his dad. Now I'm gonna just go shoot somebody. Now I'm going to jail. Then it's an everlasting cycle after that,
man.
So I guess, like, from one of those examples like that, do you feel like any type of that, I ain't gonna say fear, but do you ever feel like, damn, whatever I'm listening to, such as what we talk about, that perfect balance with music and whatever, are you ever fearful of, damn, my kid can really go into this narrative and I can't control it?
I'm not scared of what I'm listening to, because the stuff I'm listening to is not going to give that up. I'm scared of what I cannot control.
Yep.
What him and his friends going to be listening to when they are between 14 and 20. Because they say between, the mind is at its greatest development state between 14 and 24.
Yep.
So at that time is where he going to be in his room by himself playing this game. Off in college, off at work. That's really more or less what I'm scared of, stuff that I can't control. So from there, now it's just my job to really put values into them.
Yep.
To get them to understand the right from wrong. Like I said, I was never the most godly person, or I ain't gonna say the best person. I was always a pretty good guy. I was respectable. I always respected my elders. Help out people when I could. I wasn't a bully. Wasn't a complete asshole, if you would.
But so, you got a pass.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I have a pass.
Yeah.
So like I say, it's like I'm not really so much. I'm not worried at all about what it is I'm listening to, because I listen to some gospel, some R&B.
Yeah.
The bar we got going on right now, Icon, all we play is R&B.
Yep.
So like I say, as far as myself and what I'm giving him, he gonna be good.
That's always good.
And that's where that come in, where, you know, when we growing up, when we get to singing an old school song, and
exactly.
Oh man, you don't know nothing about that.
Yep.
He gonna know about that.
Yeah,
you know, because
sure.
that's the stuff, you know what I'm saying, he listen to when he's around me.
Yep.
And also, man, like when we in the car, we listen to all the kids stuff. Man.
Yeah, right.
I might have 3-4
Boss Baby.
That's his show. That's his show.
Boss Baby, all of them.
Man, what's that? Baby Shark.
Yep.
Man, I got like 4 remixes for Baby
Shark.
Man,
listen, man, my nephew Norman, my sister's son, horrible with that song, dude. Dancing, all of that, dude.
Oh,
for sure. Yeah. I guess the next topic I want to go into is the coronavirus and shutting down the businesses. According to USA Today, man, nearly 73,000 restaurants have permanently closed during this pandemic. You already talked about one obstacle you had with the gloves. They skyrocketed over 50%. Talk about some other things that people may not be seeing on the scenes of social media, or you running your business behind the doors of, we was going through this and it was a tough time with the restaurant.
Well, with that number, 75,000, and you got to play close with the whole media. How many of those restaurants were actually on the verge of closing before Corona?
That's for sure. You
know, and Corona just went ahead and just took them out.
Yep. Putting it into context.
Then you had, like I said, even with that, you had a lot of those that were dying in.
Yep.
They couldn't do it.
Yep.
So they shut down for 3-4 months. They couldn't keep it
up
going.
with the overhead.
You know? A lot of the times, even with business, your bills may be with payroll and what you got to pay for your rent, your mortgage, or your lights and your gas. It might be $6,000 for the month. The company may only make $7,500.
Right.
So that leaves $1,500 for yourself to pay your bills at home. A lot of companies is striving, still moving off of that.
Yeah.
And like that shut down.
Yeah.
You know. Sheesh. With myself, what it was like, it was just God. Like, all we sell is chicken.
Yep.
So I didn't have to worry about when we couldn't. Stuff was going slow. I gotta buy this beef. I gotta buy this. I gotta buy that to have this wide range.
So many products.
Exactly. I only have to buy this much chicken, this much chicken. And if I see us going slow, okay, going to George, I'm running straight back to Gordon's.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna go grab some more chicken. I didn't have, like I said, I don't have to worry about a lot of the extra stuff, and that comes from one of my mottos. Sometimes less is more.
Hello, you just took the words out of my mouth.
You know, like, you don't have to do the norm. A lot of people tell me, man, you should have lamb chops. And you should do burgers. And I'm like, well, if I do that, you can go anywhere.
Right, exactly.
You know, if you want some good wings, you come to Duwey Wings. If you want a burger, go to Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
Yep.
You don't go to Five Guys Burgers and Fries looking for wings
Yep.
or anything else, because you know they have burgers. So, and once you put yourself in that market, when people coming for you, can make up your own price, because you specialize, you don't generalize.
Yeah.
You know, once you start specializing, not generalizing, that's when you can really, like,
you control your
the market. Nobody can tell me anything.
I talk to him about that all the time, and I think you not underestimate, but you just underemphasizing how good of a job you do with like how your marketing is, but your marketing match your product. So when you out here posting that good looking ass picture of chicken, people know, like, all right, I know if I'm paying $10 to $15 for this, it's worth it.
I told a girl that the other day.
Yeah.
She was talking about how people in Toledo only support the popular people.
I saw that post, actually.
And I told her, like, that's only true in the initial
doing
a thing.
Yeah.
So when somebody is popular and they started, they get this influx of money just, you know what I'm saying, coming in now, and they booming.
Yep.
And they keep it going, A lot of them burn out because they only got into it for the money.
Yeah.
Then you got people that are not as popular, and they just start doing something and they really got a good product, but because people not coming, they burn they safe out.
Right.
But that's when I say less is more.
For sure.
You know, you don't always have to buy $500 worth of product. Just buy $150 worth of product. So that way, if it don't sell, you didn't take that big of a loss. You can still be able to maneuver and move. Some people be so eager to just push. Sometimes you gotta just take your time.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
But with, how did you ask the question?
So I think it was just more of, tell us about the obstacles that you had, like, with coronavirus.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's how you.
He
going.
We get to going all over stuff.
Going.
We were talking about me telling the girl, and it was like,
oh yeah,
I
forgot about that.
Your promotion has to be twice as good as what your product is.
A bar.
Like, it has to be. Like, and that's the only way you're going to be able to keep relevant. Man, I post my wings every day because eventually going to be like, man, I want some wings. And where you going to go?
Yep.
I don't have a catchy jingle right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you don't know. You swiping, man, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, man, them Duwey Wings look good.
Yep.
Man, you going to see me.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep ramming it down your throat. You going to see it. And that goes back to the first question you asked me about different collaborations doing stuff. That's what they doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And even if you don't like it,
you gonna see it.
You seen somebody that put something together with a pair of shoes, and it's like,
you
know what? Let me take my stuff over there. Maybe they can match me together.
Yep.
So, but it's like, man, it's content, man.
Yeah.
But like
content is king.
As far as like problems, I didn't. One thing that really stopped me too from having problems, I told you, we went to Cant's.
Yeah.
And we worked and stacked the money up.
Yep.
It's a thing called working capital.
Yeah.
I knew I had the money put away already for at least 6 months.
Right.
And I came in November. So November, December, January, February is mostly slow inside restaurants.
Right.
I knew I had the money to get past through that. So by the time that money would have ran out, springtime would have been coming.
Yep.
We would have been hitting.
Yep.
Corona happened. It really highlighted me. Black Lives Matters happened. It really, you know what I'm saying, highlighted me. And we went on and worked from there, and so many other things that transpired, and it was just, again, gotta be God.
Yeah.
I can't explain it no other way.
Yep.
Like, for real, bro.
Yeah. That's all I like to hear, man. I've been listening to, I listen to quite often, Louis Farrakhan, man. He always dropping some incredible gems. One of the ones that made me think about you was, do for self, you will live freely, but if you do for others, you will be a consumer forever. The power of the Black Dot, I think you just spoke on, has helped you tremendously, especially during this time right now with the climate of all of the Breonna Taylors, you know, so on and so forth. Even though these times are amongst us, though, that support is always needed past coronavirus. Talk about why it's so important to build with our own and also to do for self instead of making somebody else richer.
Oh man, I don't always make my kids share.
Yep.
I remember a picture a long time
going
ago.
with this too.
I remember a picture
My
a
dad
long
used
time
to
ago.
I'm so weak, I can't hold it.
And it was
my dad used to do the same thing with me. Yeah.
Some people will come in and they like act like they trying to help you build, but they really stealing from you.
For sure.
You know, and then they gonna take all your pieces go over here and you just stuck like, dang.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to be selfish.
Yeah.
You can be a good person, but it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or even don't put yourself in a position to where somebody can have you shut down. Like you have to know yourself. You have to know what you got going on. I'm a very selfish individual.
As you should be.
I will tell you, man.
As you should be.
I'm so dark you can't even see it, but I got a tattoo, and it says business minus emotions equals success.
Hello.
And
hello.
When doing business, I know I can be cutthroat, but I'm fair.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not greedy.
Yeah.
But like I am selfish.
Yeah.
I'm cheap. I'm not cheap. I'm frugal.
Yeah. You please.
You
I
know?
was gonna say
It's you. When you are sitting at a table and we talking and we trying to come together with a deal with negotiating, my job is to get the best deal for myself.
Yeah.
Your job is to get the best deal for yourself.
Yep.
And once you go through life moving everything like it's that a business, which that is what America, we live in America.
Yeah.
America is a business.
Yeah.
Like you have to look at it like that. So like I say, man, I don't want to say selfish is key, but sometimes you got to just do what you got to do for yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
You
You
know?
got to take care of your home before you go build somebody else's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Charity start at home.
Yep, for sure.
You know, you got it's people that are, and don't get me wrong, I love everybody hustle.
No, man, we don't talk that talk, man. Talk your shit, man.
People cutting grass, but their
Talk
grass
shit.
not cut.
Hello.
Like I'm just again stay in your lane. Do what you do.
Come on.
People selling houses and they own their house. You're teaching me and creating me how to become a homeowner, but you don't
do
own
it,
yours.
dude. You about to go in another topic.
Man,
I don't
listen,
want to go into.
listen. I'm just all I'm saying is like walk that walk
And
talk that talk, and live by what you preaching. And if you got to be selfish to put you have to billboard is the best advertisement.
Yep.
You know?
Yes,
so
sir.
if I'm selling houses or I'm selling this or selling that, sell your brand.
Yeah.
You know, I wear my brand.
Hello.
Duwey
Right.
Wings.
Yep.
I wear my stuff all the time. I'm gonna sell my stuff, like,
Yeah.
and you can call it me being selfish, or I'm not. I'm just making sure I'm taking care of myself
And promoting
you
your
know,
brand.
the more I take care of myself, the longer I'll be able to help somebody else.
Exactly.
If I just put all my focus towards taking care of you, taking care of you, I have no substance to give you.
Yeah.
I can't let you take everything. So,
Right.
and sometimes you got to step back and just work on yourself to take yourself to that next level.
And people don't. What I think that get diluted, especially in the way that they do business with people, is they focus so much on. We talk about collaboration, how important it is, but you focus on trying to tap in so many other places that you sit at a mediocrity level instead of going, all right, let me master this, and then I'm gonna offer my value to them, and my value is so priceless that they gotta do business with me. And I think you do a good job of that for sure. Yep. I think we already talked about you investing more into the business, what you plan on doing to expand it. But I always know after hearing these conversations off camera, it's always something that's be told, and you like, oh damn, I didn't expect that from you. And you definitely told me a few things, but we both know the average millionaire has several streams of income. What's some things that you can talk about? And if you don't want to talk about them, what's some things you're interested in that you want to tap into outside of Duwey's Wings?
One reason why Duwey Wings started was because I had my third child, and I wanted to try to create more time and still keep money.
Time is the ultimate freedom.
You know, I feel like time is one of the most devalued ways of currency that we like don't really look at like your time is money.
For sure.
You know, one thing that I'm doing right now, and this is sum up that a lot. I'm looking to put in investments, in people or things that can bring me a total of $1,000 a day. $1,000 a day means $365,000 a year.
That's a hell of a goal.
At $365,000 a year, this is money that I don't even have to go work for.
Yeah, exactly.
Is divided by 3 because I had 3 kids. That's $1 million. I said $1 million. $120,000 a piece.
Yeah.
Now think of, I got a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old. If I can get this started in the next 5 years, by the time my son is 10 years old, that gives him $1 million to start off with.
Calculate.
Money that I didn't even have to go to work for. Like I said, that's state money. And that's really what my main goal is. It's like right now, as far as like my investments, I'm getting older. I got money put away, but I got to figure out a way to give them leeway, give them a head start, a running start, because we didn't have that.
For sure.
Again, I want to be the change that I always wanted to see.
Yeah.
You know, so
change that generational narrative.
Right now, it's not even just a thing of like what I got going on, what I'm pushing forward to, man. Stuff comes my way, and if it speaks to my soul, I'll run with it. If it don't, it ain't for me.
I hear that.
You know, I let it come. I'm always working on myself and working on my brand. So that's one thing that I got going on. It's a few things that is coming about. We got the icon, know what I'm saying, finally going. Doing some work with some guys.
Shouts out to it.
And that's gonna be fun. I sit at the table. Get my percentage, get my twos and fews, but that's gonna bring my brand Duwey Wings to another level.
For sure.
Talk to a couple other promoters on another project I got with another venue, and that can really go crazy. Sheesh, real estate, just like anybody else. That's another way where you can just build your portfolio, make your money, have assets. Eventually, I feel like a lot of the paper money is going to be gone, so you're going to need those assets.
It's all about digital currency.
Man, listen. But that's the regular old stuff, man. And I'm just keeping my mind open, keeping my heart open, man. And when stuff speaks to me, you know what I'm saying, we roll with it.
Roll with it, for sure. And last and final question, man. I want to know, as you being a successful restaurant owner and business owner, who are some people that you looked up to far as, I guess you could say, mentors and whatnot that helped you get to where you needed to get to?
Oh, man. Sheesh. Where do I start? One thing I do put out on social media is, man, me just being a black father. Trying to show that, especially in these times, that not all black men are the same of what the media portrays us to be.
Of course.
And I was fortunate. I had black teachers growing up. Mr. Johnson at what's that Cherry School, James Jones at Leverett. Mr. Howard, Lord rest his souls, man, Coach Howard. Then I had Matt Davis when I was at Scott, Wayne Wallace when I was at the Lions, Andre Roberts when I was at the Bears. And these are guys that I can go right now and sit down and smoke a cigar with and have a drink with, and we really just talk. My guy Rob Peace. These guys, man, they gave us and talked to us about stuff that was not just football related, but they gave us discipline. So them guys right there, Ian Thompson, man, Carnell Smith, these are guys, you know. I met a guy by the name of Michael Robinson about 4 years ago. What was it, 2015? And, man, I learned a lot about this guy. I mean, not a lot about him, but a lot from him. And he's only a year older than me. You know, he taught me just how to move in the corporate world, in the business world, while still allowing me to be myself. You know, this guy gave me a defensive coordinator position, assistant head coaching job at Bowser. And, man, he was only talking and knowing each other for maybe 2 months. You know, but
when you know, you know.
And I still talk to this guy. We bounce ideas off of each other. But like I said, man, them was just of a lot of guys. And some guys I probably forgotten after we like, damn, why not mention my guy? But like them was guys that really.
One I know that you gonna Weaver for sure.
Oh, definitely, damn, definitely.
And that's the last one you want to forget.
Definitely, man, and Unc is like. Whew.
Yeah,
man. Listen.
Yeah, I'll get on top of this table and show you what he do to me in practice. I'm not gonna do it, bro. I'm not. And lastly, man, what's next for besides expanding, man? What's some things that people can get excited for coming from Duwey Wings, man?
Oh,
or keep
man.
doing great, man.
More sauces. We gonna bring them, man. We like Baskin Robbins, man. 31 flavors. Yeah. Hey, the Tiggy sauce is crazy. Yeah. It's named after my son. It's sweet like the smile he gives you, but you let him sit around too long, man. He'd come through here running out like the Tasmanian devil.
Hello.
Man. Yeah, I'm telling you that it's nice and sweet. It's nice and hot, but man, I got all type of stuff going on, man. I've been like what the kids say, in your bag.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got a.
Don't do that, dude. You gonna make me feel old when you say that, dude.
Dog. Hey man, I got a strawberry and a grape barbecue sauce coming out to go with chicken and waffles. But
repeat that.
A strawberry and grape barbecue sauce to go with chicken and waffles.
Man, what?
But timing is everything.
Yeah.
Like I said, you go back to writing stuff down. Man, I got so much stuff written down, but it's like I'm not gonna bring it out now because I'm gonna overload it. Then I ain't gonna have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't have no more content to bring out.
Yeah.
So we just gonna take our time, keep on bringing it out.
Yeah.
Before you know it, man, like I said, Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors.
Hello. And on that note, that's been another episode of Talk That Talk podcast, man. If you tune in for personal development, career development, financial literacy, and business literacy, you definitely came to the right place, man. I am Gaylon Hughes Jr., and I'll see you next time.